What is going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with a brand new video, and today we've got our F1 2014 Bahrain test review day 1. So sorry this is coming a bit late, but I've been out all day, so I've just got back in. But interesting day then, this first day of the 4 days of testing in Bahrain. But let's start off, as always in all of our testing reviews, with the timesheet. So first was Nico Hülkenberg in his Force India, and a very impressive lap that smashed the fastest lap set in last April's Bahrain Grand Prix. It was a 1:36.880, and he did 78 laps, so some really good running for Force India, and certainly for Nico Hülkenberg. You know, after Jerez was kind of average for Force India, they didn't get too much running in, but they didn't experience many problems, but definitely an improvement from Jerez, and a brilliant lap set there by Nico Hülkenberg. And in second, just about a second slower, was Fernando Alonso. He did a 1:37.879 in his Ferrari, and he did 64 laps. Hamilton in his Mercedes did the most laps with 74. Sorry, the second most with 74, and he did a best time of 1:37.9, so very close to Ferrari, just about a 10th shy of second place. Kevin Magnussen, one of the stars of the first day of testing, he did 81 laps, and in his McLaren put in some really strong laps and some really good laps, and yeah, very good from Magnussen. He really impressed McLaren, and he really impressed many of the spectators and journalists alike. So really good stuff from Magnussen and McLaren. In fifth, Sebastian Vettel. He may have had his problems, but he certainly, you know, his pace was not bad at 1:40.2. You know, 2 seconds off McLaren, but of all those problems and limited running, only 14 laps, and just further problems for Vettel and Red Bull. Sutil completed 82 laps, but only managed to 1:40.4. Sauber not looking too good at the moment, especially when Sutil and Gutierrez keep crashing and spinning, but he did complete 82 laps, so some good running for Sauber then, some good data. And very good for the Renault team was Robert Freins in his Caterham. The reserve driver for Caterham did a 1:42.5, and it'll be interesting how he stacks up against Marcus Ericsson, because I probably think he is probably a bit faster than Ericsson, but some good running there. 68 laps for the Renault, for Renault as an engine manufacturer and as Caterham as a constructor. But in 8th, another Renault engine user was Kvyat, Danny Kvyat, and Fiat, Danny Fiat in his Toro Rosso. He did a 1:44.3, so only making 5 laps, and not really a time, wasn't really a flying lap. It was more of a sort of a slow kind of heavy fuel lap. In 9th was Romain Grosjean in debuting the Lotus, and they had very limited running. Only 8 laps actually completed. They got out straight away, but that's kind of where their programme ended. They're going to be 4 days behind everyone else, so that could be a bit of a problem for Lotus. They'll have to play catch up at 1:44.832 for them, and he only managed 8 laps. In 10th was Felipe Massa, Williams. A lot of problems for Williams today, not really getting, only getting 5 laps and not setting a lap. And likewise, Bianchi in his Marussia did only 3 laps and setting no time. So some of them runners not setting many laps, but the new Lotus, we got a good look at it, and I think it's a really nice car. I really like the livery, and the front wing isn't actually that bad. Some people say it's horrible, but I quite like it actually. So that's a really nice car that Lotus has brought out. The E22 was driven by just Romain Grosjean today, but hopefully Maldonado will be taking over, I believe, later on in the week, or it might even be tomorrow. We'll have to find out. Hopefully Lotus can get some more running. But further problems, the main talking point once again was the Red Bull. They had 5 hours of inactivity, and then the car breaks down after just 14 laps of action. Vettel's just getting into his run, just starting to set some good laps, and then lap times, and then the problems occurred. There's quite a few pictures in the slideshow of him being very frustrated and wrestling the fire extinguisher from Marshall, and there was smoke coming out of the Red Bull, and really big problems for Red Bull yet again, and big problems for the Renault engine. But not very good for Red Bull. Brilliant day for Force India, setting some really good laps, plenty of some really good lap times and plenty of laps. Good day for Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, all getting some really, and Sauber and Caterham all got a lot of laps in, but problems for Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Lotus, Williams and Marussia. So once again the pattern is repeating itself. The faster time set by the Williams and the fast times being set by the Mercedes and Ferrari engines, and then the slower laps being set by the Renault engine. Not looking good for Renault. We'll have to see for day 2 how Renault get on, and hopefully we'll see a bit more running from the E22. So I've been Smooth Racing then. You can leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. But that's all from me then, and goodbye.